Hey, I'm Caleb. Welcome back to another video. Today, I had the rare privilege of going over to Detroit Metro Airport to capture Lufthansa's final Airbus A340-600 arriving. This was extremely special, as this marks the very last flight by the type to Detroit from Frankfurt by Lufthansa. For those who are unaware, following the COVID pandemic last year, Lufthansa announced they will be retiring their entire fleet of Airbus A340 aircraft, starting with the A340-600. This aircraft was originally supposed to retire at the start of this year in 2025. However, due to some delays with new aircraft such as A350s and Boeing 787s, the A340-600 has stuck around a little longer. At the time of this video, Lufthansa currently have 6 active A340-600 aircraft, just like our example here arriving. Lufthansa received their very first Airbus A340-600 in January of 2023, making Lufthansa the earliest operator of the 600 after Virgin Atlantic, the launch customer, in 2002. Lufthansa put the A340-600 into service in spring of 2003 on its very first route from Frankfurt to New York JFK and Frankfurt to Hong Kong. By the mid to late 1990s and early 2000s, the A340-600 was seen as a fuel-advantaged long-range aircraft used for high-capacity routes to replace Lufthansa's older 747-200 aircraft. The A340-600 was the most powerful and lengthened version of the A340 family, and Lufthansa also fly the A340-300, set to retire soon as well. At their peak in the mid-2000s, Lufthansa operated 24 of the A340-600, making it the largest operator in the world, and the fleet helped transform Lufthansa into a major long-haul airline. The retirement of the A340-600 is brought on by several factors, but the most important one is fuel and the environment. The A340-600 simply requires too much fuel with its 4 engines, compared to newer alternatives like 787s and Airbus A350s that the carrier have had coming over the past couple of years. The A340-600 will be replaced with a Boeing 787-9 on the route to Detroit. I have occasionally spotted their Boeing 787-9, as it usually operates in the winter season and early spring, being replaced by the A340 from mid-spring to late fall or early winter. But now that the A340 will be retiring, that aircraft will take on the role full-time, and the 787 Dreamliner is almost a perfect replacement for the 4-engined Airbus A340. It was so special to see this aircraft come in, only about a year after I'd been to Frankfurt Airport last December, which was also very cool. Please forgive the pun. The Airbus A340 is one of the quad jets Lufthansa operates, as well as their Boeing 747-400 and 747-8 Intercontinental. The 747-400 is also set to be retired sometime soon. I've flown on both the 400 and the Dash 8, and if you're interested, those videos are in the description below and linked at the end of this video. This was just so very special, and seeing another old airliner, a 717, take off behind the A340 was also a pretty cool and unexpected surprise. The Airbus A340 will be missed by plane spotters, aviation enthusiasts, and airline fans around the world, and I am so happy I was able to see this one last time. Also, one last thanks has to go to my friend and fellow plane spotter Gage. Check out his channel, Ross Aviation, linked below. I also have to apologize for muting all this footage. However, it was very windy, and there was a lot of cars driving by in the background, meaning there were no fabulous engine noises either, which was unfortunate. The aircraft operating this flight, Delta Alpha India Hotel Zulu, is a 16-year-old Airbus A340-600, which has flown for Lufthansa its entire service life. I decided today was also a good day to eat my German chocolate, which I received on board Lufthansa on my last flight with them last year. This I thought was a great way to toast the Airbus A340-600. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'll be wishing you blue skies and tailwinds. Goodbye to the Lufthansa A340-600. She will be missed.